Hi, everybody. Welcome back to The Power of Not Knowing. I'm Sterling. Hi. If you're new here, if you don't know what this podcast is, it's basically a 24-year-old girl who is just sharing her personal experiences. I don't have my life figured out. I'm not trying to pretend that I have my life figured out. And I just want to help other people who are navigating their 20s and to help them feel less alone, because many times I have felt very lonely. If you aren't new here, you would notice that I'm in a different spot. I decided that I am going to film here. I moved some stuff around, and this is just a corner of my bedroom. If you're listening to this on Spotify, you can't see. But if you're also listening on Spotify, there's nothing really to see. I'm literally sitting on a white cushion chair and a tan wall behind me. But I do plan on getting some, I want to decorate this corner. It's going to be my little podcast corner. I'm going to get a mic stand just to have it set up all the time, but just to have this look. And anytime you see just a cute little corner, I have to figure out what I want to do with it. Anyway, so yeah, it's been a while since I have recorded a podcast, and I missed recording. I truly have missed sitting down and talking about things. And what I wanted to discuss in this week's podcast is I have been in this weird funk recently. I haven't been recording my podcast, obviously. I haven't been posting much on TikTok and making videos, because I do enjoy the whole process of filming videos, editing videos. I like the whole creative process, coming up with an idea and I don't know, sharing a side that I don't get to share much on a regular basis. It's really fun for me. And I found myself in this weird funk where I haven't been doing that. And I wanted to talk about it today because right now we're in the holiday season, and we're in a time where it gets dark at 5 p.m. and it seems like the days are so short and it's a little more cold outside, and you may not feel very confident in your body because of the holiday food, or I don't know, it's like a season where it's it's not as warm and exciting, and sometimes that gets to a lot of people. I try to not let it get to me, but I feel like that has had me very tired. I may be starting my period soon, and I just feel very not creative. And I know other people may be feeling that exact way, whether they're in this little rut or you just need some inspiration to kick a little fire under your butt for the new year. Because I know there's a lot of stuff going on social media that's oh, make your vision boards, oh, get ready for the new year, start having goals. And it could be a little coming at you really quick, but I was in a position where I was I'm getting behind with my podcast. I don't feel creative. I haven't been doing anything that's making me feel super excited to work on. And I go through these phases where, you have momentum. You're just going. You're yo, I have all these fun ideas. Nothing can stop me. I'm so confident in everything I'm doing. I'm excited to try more things. I love myself. And then it's this incline with this motivation. And then all of a sudden it just vanishes. And then you're kind of oh my gosh, you feel in this, you're in this hole where it's so hard to get out of. And all you have to do is just barely start to finally be get that spark back and be oh, this is why I did this in the first place. So I knew creating this episode would kickstart, like, I knew putting my camera, setting my camera up, sitting down, just pressing record and seeing what happens would kickstart me. And I'm hoping this, if you're in the same position of feeling kind of like, especially during the holidays and not feeling motivated for the new year and starting off strong or creating goals, I hope this helps. And yeah, thank you for being here. Whenever I get in this little funk and a mood, it's like I slowly forget who I am and forget what the higher version of myself would do, and like the goals that I'm setting. I kind of like, as soon as I start falling off track, it's very easy for everything to just misalign and like fall out of place. And I think all of that starts piling up where it seems more impossible and more out of reach to just get back on track and feel the way you felt before when you were super motivated. And I've noticed that it's like, it seems more daunting whenever you stop so many things at once. Like, it may just be like an example of me, like, I didn't film a podcast this week and I didn't upload it. And then next thing you know, 2 weeks has gone by. And then next thing you know, I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like recording, like, for my personal TikTok. And then time goes by there. And then you're like, oh, you know what? Since I haven't done that, like, I don't feel like eating clean because I don't feel inspired. And I'm just like, whatever. And then that goes down the drain. And then you're like, oh, I haven't called a family member that I've been wanting to talk to and I used to talk with forever. And it's been a month. What am I gonna, like, it's hard now. Like, it's just weird now because it's been so long. And you just kind of get in your head, and the things that you knew you enjoyed and the things that you knew made you feel better, they slowly start going down the drain. And I had to, like, really get myself together. The other day I was like, why do I not feel like myself? Why do I not feel excited to literally wake up? Like, and yeah, and it's not fun when you're not excited to just start the day fresh and you kind of feel like you're in this position of like, blah, and you don't feel like yourself, and you're just going through your everyday, and days are just piling up. Whenever you get out of tune with yourself, these days add up so fast until you're like, yo, I haven't done things towards the version of myself that I like really truly want in weeks. Like, and I think that's where so many people like lose track, and it's been years and they don't realize that they haven't been working towards a goal in forever. And so it just seems more impossible to start. And yeah, the other day I picked up my journal, and I think this is where it was like, I went to go journal and I didn't even remember where I put my journal because it had been so long since I sat with myself. I knew I was just letting all these things go, and I wondered why I didn't feel like myself when I hadn't been journaling. Like, it's like you start numbing, and I know everyone does this. It's like, you know something's wrong, but if you just like drown it out with doom scrolling on your phone, or eating out and spending a bunch of money, or like not looking at goals you had written down, you just start numbing it and you just ignore it and you just pretend like it's not there. And that's what I was doing. I didn't even know where I put my journal. I had to go look for it. And then it really hit me when I was like, that date, that date was like 3 weeks, maybe like almost a month. And I'm like, Sterling, journaling helps you feel better because you're keeping up with what's in your head. You know what you're feeling. And that's why I choose to journal. And that's why I had been journaling all the time, because I'm like, even if it's a couple sentences, I need to know what's going on in my head so I don't feel like a stranger to myself. And because it had been so long, I looked at the date on the thing. I'm like, no wonder you don't feel motivated to record a podcast video. No wonder you don't know the thoughts that are going in your head and you feel overwhelmed and you don't feel like yourself, is because you're not sitting with yourself. You're distracting yourself with doom scrolling way too long. You're not getting enough sleep. You're not drinking enough water. You're not eating enough food, like good food. You're not fueling yourself. You are literally just doing everything to distract yourself. And like, it's so scary. And it's not fun when this is happening, when New Year's is around the corner and everyone's posting about like their vision boards and making new goals and starting off the new year strong and finishing off this year strong. And yeah, I wanted to share this episode because I was like, I myself am feeling off track. Other people may be feeling the same way, or feeling a little like, whoa, there's too much going on at once. I'm kind of stressed about money. I'm stressed about family. I'm stressed about my career. I'm stressed about it, another year passing, and like, how the heck has this year flown by and I haven't done anything that I'm proud of. And I thought I wouldn't be in the same position that I was at the beginning of this year. So I was like, okay, if you need to get your stuff together, and it may seem scary and daunting, but I realized as I was journaling, I was like, it's really the smallest things. It's so scary to start back up things that make you feel better. But when you think about it, it's literally the smallest things to boost that momentum. Like just me finding my journal and writing a couple sentences, even if I still didn't understand what I was feeling. And that kind of like, oh, I know, like that kind of made me feel better slowly. And then like me just setting up this podcast, even though I didn't know what I was going to talk about, I'm like, just set it up. It's the small things. And I'm like, oh, I know that makes me feel better. That's going to make me feel better. It's going to kickstart this momentum, all in the small things that you do every day. Like, it's not accomplishing a goal right away. Here are some examples. It's not snoozing your alarm. Or first of all, it's going to bed early because you need more sleep. And it's choosing to get off of your phone whenever you said you were going to get off of your phone. Prioritizing going to bed early because you have to wake up early. And like, if you stay on your phone late, you're going to be upset at yourself because you were doom scrolling and it's like an hour past the time you're supposed to go to bed. And then your alarm goes off in the morning and you snooze, and then you wake up late, and then you're rushing around. You didn't eat breakfast. You're in traffic. You're going to show up late to work. And then you're tired at work. You're so tired. You go through the day not feeling like yourself. You kind of feel angry. You didn't eat, so you're hungry. Then you go home and you don't want to like go to the gym because you're tired. You want to take a nap. And you didn't prep food, so then you're like so tired that you want to order out food, or you want a snack. I mean, that's not bad, but like, I'm just giving you examples. But then it's just like this cycle, and this is how those days add up. is by not realizing the small things make or break how you're going to feel. And so I decided the other day, I was like, you know what? There's a couple of weeks until the new year, and I don't want to feel like shit. I don't want to feel crappy about myself. I don't want another couple of weeks to go where I don't feel inspired to make a podcast. I don't want a couple weeks to fly by and me feel uncomfortable in my body. Like, I don't want to not have energy. Like, I don't want to start the new year in this low point where it's even more impossible to get out. And I want to start off like controlling the things that I can control. There are so many things in our life that we don't realize we have complete control of. And so I decided, I was like, you know what? Let me write down a couple of things. It does not have to be a whole list of goals, like a whole list of things I want to do every day. Because when you set too many things in a low point, you need to make it realistic where you're going to do these things. And you know, if I get these 5 things done today, I know I'm working towards being in a place where I want to be and creating a habit that I want to have. And it's not daunting, and it's kind of like creating a win. If I can do these small things today and for the next couple of weeks, and I'll just build this momentum, I decided to make a little list of non-negotiables. And I'll give you examples. It doesn't have to be the same as mine. I do advise you to post it on your wall. Put it somewhere where you're going to see it every day, and kind of make it like a fun thing. You can have it on your phone and check it off or something, but I wrote out on a paper, and I wrote a few things that I wanted to get done, and I had it set where I can color it in or check it off, because I feel like it's more fun whenever you can check off something, or you can see your progress and you can be like, oh, I want to fill this out, because I don't want to leave it blank, because then it's obvious that I didn't do it, and it's kind of fun to be like, oh, I checked this off. Oop, I checked this off. And a couple of the things, some examples are, I want to drink a gallon of water every day. I want to make sure I'm starting off my day chugging water. I want to be drinking electrolytes. I want to finish small goals. I want to finish my 32-ounce water bottle by the time I get to work. And I want to go through 4 of those by the end of the day. And because I know I don't drink enough water, I know that will make me feel better. I know I will have more energy throughout the day. I know I won't be dehydrated, and I know come training, I'm going to be thankful that I drank water. And then my skin looks crappy. I know that will help. You get what I'm saying? So I want to drink X amount of water every day. I want to not get on my phone in the morning when I wake up, so I can make time to read. Stack some habits. Because I don't snooze my alarm and sit on my phone for 10 minutes, I'm going to choose to grab my book and read a couple of pages, or read 10 pages every day, because I know I want to read more, and I'm not accomplishing reading if I'm just sitting on my phone scrolling, and I have all these books that I'm excited to read, and I'm never going to get through it if I don't prioritize reading more. And it's not, and basically what I'm saying is I'm not asking you or telling you to read a whole chapter or a whole book just today. Literally just pick it up and read 5 pages, or read for 10 minutes. When you think about it like that, it's very 10 minutes every day or 10 pages every day, that adds up until you're done with the book and you're on to the next one, and you're oh, that's not as daunting as just being oh, I want to read more. If you don't put it in somewhere and say, like, this is how much I want to read, or this is how much I should just read, you're not going to ever pick up your book. That's how my brain works. I don't know how to explain it. So, reading a few pages. I've been reading 10 pages every day, or reading for 10 minutes, whichever one comes first. I wanted to show you, if you're watching it on YouTube or something, decorated it, and it has like days. This is one of like my practice ones. It just says habit tracker, like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. And then down the page, I have all of the goals that I wanted. And I want to move my body every day because, oh my gosh, I don't know. I feel like absolute crap any days where I don't move my body, and especially if I'm stressed and I'm like sad and I'm just like, ugh, like, what's wrong with me? Why do I feel so sad? Like, just go for a walk. You have goals that you want to get towards. Don't expect to get out of the headspace that you're in if you're not doing the things that you can control. If you haven't read, if you haven't drank enough water, if you haven't ate enough food, if you haven't got enough sleep, if you're sitting and scrolling on your phone, if you haven't moved your body. Come on. We're not dumb. You're not dumb. And it's just obvious. If you know there's things that will make you feel better, go down the list when you feel like shit. I'm not saying you're not allowed to feel like shit, but if you're constantly feeling crappy and you know there are things that you can do to help you, that's movement for me. When I don't feel like myself and I feel irritable, I feel angry, I just want to lay down and scroll on my phone and not do anything. I know I need to go move my body. As much as I don't want to, I know it will always make me feel better. Even if I don't have a lot of energy, I'm not asking you to go run a marathon. I'm not asking you to go like run 5 miles and then go squat and hip thrust and like do all these things. I'm literally just go for a walk. Just go outside. Get off of your phone. Go call your grandma, who will not be here forever. Go call her. Go call your cousin. Go call your mom. Go for a walk. Maybe don't take your phone. Go enjoy the weather. Go walk your dog. Go move your body, because that will create momentum and that will get you out of this headspace where you're just like feeling sorry for yourself. I've been there. I've been the person for the past few weeks who's choosing to ignore the things that I know will make me feel better. But I also know, and honestly, it may just be because I'm filming this podcast, but like I know what is good for me. And you know what is good for you. And you know the goals that you want to work towards. You know the version of you that you want to be. What is that version of yourself doing? Is that version of yourself laying on their phone scrolling when they have aspirations and they have people who love them, who want to hear from them? No. Like, take a step back and realize you have to do the small things in order to get out of this funk. Stop making it into this huge deal and beating yourself up. Like, it's okay that you haven't worked towards your goals. Like, it's okay that this is an example. It's okay that I haven't posted a podcast in a month and I feel crappy about it because I was excited about it and I should be consistent. But what's not okay is feeling bad about myself and feeling sorry for myself for not having done it and never choosing to make another episode again because I haven't in a month. Like, it's okay to not always be on top of everything 24/7. It's okay that you haven't been to the gym in 6 months. or a year or 2 years. It's okay that you don't know what you're doing at the gym. And it feels intimidating. It's okay that you haven't picked up a book in years. It's okay that you don't even have a journal. Or it's okay that you haven't called your best friend or your family member in months. And it's okay. It's okay that you haven't done that. I'm not saying it's not okay. But what I'm saying is there are things that you can do every day that can kickstart becoming a better version of yourself. There are things you can control. And what's not okay is constantly feeling sorry for yourself and not doing anything about it. And I'm not saying you're always going to feel motivated and like this is going to solve all your problems, but like do something that will make you feel better. Start drinking more water. Start reading more to make yourself feel like you're gaining some knowledge. Start journaling more so you know the thoughts that are going on in your head and you're not just going through every day without being with yourself, because no one knows yourself more than you. And if you don't even know yourself, what are you doing? Like, no wonder you're not where you want to be. Like, sit with yourself. Do the things you know you need to do. Do the things you know you can control. It's small little things. Don't look at it like you have to make this huge list of things to check off every day, because sometimes that's not realistic. Do the things that will make you feel better. Even if it's 3 things every day, make sure you do those things. Like, prioritize them. If you're feeling crappy and you just spend the last 2 hours scrolling on your phone, sit with yourself and realize, that's okay. I can't do anything about those 2 hours that I just scrolled. Like, maybe I needed a break. Maybe I needed to shut off my brain for a little bit. But right now I don't feel very good because I just did that. And I don't feel good about myself because I just did that. Instead of beating yourself up about it, look at the 3 things that will put you in a better mood. Do it. Do one of them. It'll create momentum. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. I know how it is. It's not fun to not feel like yourself. It's not fun for a month to go by and you haven't been working towards your goals and you lost consistency. It's not fun. I know it's not fun. It's not fun to feel unmotivated and in a funk where you don't feel confident in your body and you're like you see everyone else super excited for the New Year's. I know that's not fun because I was in the same position and I still am. I'm still trying to get out of it. But sometimes it takes someone else telling you, like, hey, there are things that you can control. And I want you to feel more like yourself because I want to feel more like myself. I want to be able to catch up with a family member who I haven't talked to and be like, yeah, good things are happening in my life. I'm excited. Not, I don't know. I want to feel excited to pursue goals and I want to feel excited to share my ideas. I don't want to just coast through every day and feel crappy like I have been for the past couple weeks. And I'm not going to continue to beat myself up anymore. And you shouldn't continue to beat yourself up. Every day's a new day. And every day is another chance to just do the little things until they add up and you start creating habits and you slowly lose the old habits. And I don't know, stop looking at your goals like you have to change 50,000 things about yourself all at once, and start looking at the little things that you can change daily or just implement in your life to improve your mental state and improve your physical body. Because if you don't take care of yourself, no one's going to take care of you. Like, no one's going to sit there and shove water down your throat because you haven't drank enough. Like, But if you do drink enough water, you will be like, oh, I have more energy. Oh, I will actually look at my face in the mirror because I don't have a bunch of pimples from breaking out because I was dehydrated. Like, oh, I'm not as bloated anymore and I feel comfortable in my jeans again. I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to be your friend, I don't know, I don't want people to feel the way I felt. And it's a human experience where we all have highs and lows, but I hope this helps you. I hope you can come back to this episode and be like, oh, I don't know, like, sometimes you just need to hear it. And sometimes I just need to turn on my freaking camera and tell it to myself because I felt crappy this past week. But right now, after recording this and being like, that's what I needed to hear, I'm like talking to myself too, where I'm like, oh, like, whatever. I want you to start off the new year feeling more like yourself, where you want to set goals. Or if you don't want to, like, don't feel prioritized or like, don't feel pressured to set goals because it's a new year. But I want you to feel excited about becoming a better version of yourself. And I want you to feel excited about changing your life if you want change. Okay. I'm rambling on. Thank you so much for listening to my podcast. Please follow on Spotify and wherever you're watching this. I hope you have an amazing start to your new year. And I hope you start doing the little things that you know you can control. And I hope you start feeling more like yourself. And I hope you realize that you can change your mood within like a split second of just being like, oh, I can do this right now. And don't look at everything as being so daunting. It's scary whenever you're stuck in a rut because you just want to dig a deeper hole. But like, if you need to reach out to me, I promise I will answer, and I promise I'll be there for whoever, because the last thing you want to do is feel alone when you're in a funk. So thank you for listening. I'm Sterling, and this is The Power of Not Knowing. And yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.